So I'm in 6th grade, and I'm at my friend's younger brother's birthday party. And it's kind of like a typical first grader's birthday party. It's outside, there's like soccer balls and probably Frisbees, and there's a cake. And so towards the end of the celebration, everyone comes together to sing happy birthday. And just as the chorus ends and their birthday boy blows out his candles, one of the 6th grade boys sitting next to me turns to me, looks down, and goes, "Ew, you have hairy legs," for everyone to hear. So I did not look like my female classmates in elementary school. Aside from being a generally tall and large person for like most of my life, I got boobs in 4th grade, I got my period in 6th grade, and I got a lot of body hair. And I'm Greek, so I got like a lot of body hair. And on top of all of these changes happening to my body, I was also a major tomboy in elementary school. Disclaimer, I think the term tomboy is like a really problematic term, but that's what kids in elementary school would call a girl who wore boys' clothes and did boys' things. And that was pretty much my deal in elementary school. And I knew I looked this way, right? Like I had mirrors in my house, like I could see myself. I had just never really thought about how other people looked at me. So I got home that night from the birthday party, and I just like cried and cried and cried to my mom. And when I think about my mom in elementary school, I think about taking the bus home, and it would leave us off at a bus stop, like a collective bus stop. And all the parents would be kind of like huddled somewhere together in a corner, and my mom would be kind of like across from them, just like laying back in the grass, with like a single blade of grass in her mouth, like kind of chewing on it and just like waiting for me there. And she was always there. So that night when I got home, she was there, and after hearing me cry and like hearing all of my realizing that people could see my leg hair, she stopped me and she said, "Well, Chloe, I will help you remove your leg hair. If that's what you want, that's what makes you feel comfortable, and if that's what makes you feel like you." And my mom, in elementary school, I didn't know what made me feel like me. I was like 10 years old. But my mom definitely always tried to make being comfortable an option. So aside from, so I'm in elementary school, I'm like 5'5". I'm in 6th grade, I'm like 5'5". I have boobs. I'm also wearing like an oversized t-shirt that I probably got from my dad at like one of his work conferences. And like those zip-off pants, except mine had like a second level that was like capri length. And at a certain point, I just completely lost that bottom part. So they were like forever like those Eurosport like capri shorts. And I also wore Sambas, so like that was my look. And aside from the conference t-shirts and the zip-off pants, I also have an older brother. He's just a year ahead of me in school. And I would steal his clothes. I would help my mom fold laundry and then just like slyly take out the items that I liked best and just like put them in my basket. Except we went to the same school and he was 1 year ahead of me, so he like definitely knew I was stealing his clothes. So my mom, to kind of like dismantle this dynamic and make sure that I was getting the clothes I wanted to wear, she started taking us both to Modell's to go shopping. And we'd go into Modell's, and I'd kind of like start at the bottom floor, because in Maryland, the Modell's in Maryland had women's on the bottom and men's on the top. And I'd walk in, my brother would just like go to the top, and I would walk around the women's, and then I'd like look up, and I'd see him, and I'd just start walking to where he was, and he'd like pick up some shorts, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay," and I'd pick up the shorts. And I got the clothes that I wanted to wear. My mom made sure of that. And then in middle school, like one of the end of the year things that our class did was to go to like a water amusement park. And up until that point, I had never like worn a bathing suit with boobs in front of my classmates. So I had no idea what to wear. It was the first time my body was gonna be that exposed. And so my mom took me to Lord & Taylor, and we spent like 2 hours in the dressing room, like bathing suit, change, go, change, over and over and over again. And I ended up with like a two-piece, but the top was like a tank top, and it like came to like right here. And then I got these like cool shorts that had flowers on them. It was a good look. And then in high school, I was not comfortable playing sports and also dealing with a period. So my mom was the first person to say, hey, we'll go deal with this. And I won't go into details of that because I don't think you want to hear it either, but the point is, she was there. She was always there. So I got home from the party and I cried, and she listened, and she asked me this question, and I decided I wanted to wax my legs. And this is one of those mom-isms where she decided that waxing was infinitely better than shaving. This is kind of like how you should let your cut breathe and get air, but really you're supposed to put lots of ointment on it and cover it the whole time. So it was waxing that was gonna happen. And the next day we went to CVS, got a waxing kit, brought it back to the house. And waxing kits come with the wax, and then these strips, and this spoon, basically. And the deal is you get the wax, and you put it in the microwave and you warm it up. And then you take it with the spoon and put it on your leg, and then you put the piece of paper, whatever that is, on top of it, and then you yank. And like I said, generally large, tall person, lots of body hair. There were never enough strips to cover my legs, so it was just folding them and reusing the already waxy part of them. So we did the whole thing, waxed all of my legs, and I remember looking down and looking at my legs and being they look pretty smooth, and feeling pretty good about it. But now if I were to look down at my legs, I would see lots of hair, because a couple of years ago, I decided to stop shaving. But I used decided super loosely, because it was truly a product of laziness. Tall, large, lots of hair. And when if I ever decide to shave my legs again, I'm gonna ask myself, is this what I want? Is this what makes me feel comfortable? Is this what makes me feel like me? And I don't know that I'll necessarily have an answer to those questions. And I don't know in 6th grade if I really had an answer to those questions. But I do know that I will keep asking those questions, and I'm sure it's all gonna be the mom who asks her kid those questions. Happy Mother's Day.